this past month. Had 14 welfare checks, 9 weather-related calls, 139 traffic stops, and 5 traffic hazards. It's a block for a hole or a tree down or whatever. We had 6 thefts, 22 suspicious calls of people and vehicles. We had 2 shots fired and 8 shoplifting. Shoplifting's up this time. We had 22 reckless operators. We had 22 questions and complaints. We had 47 accidents. We seem to have a lot of accidents in this town. 31 of them were non-injuries, which is always a good part of it. We got called 10 times to assist motorists with vehicle problems. We had 5 loud music, noise complaints. We had 8 intoxicated drivers and 7 intoxicated people. We had 1 internet fraud case, which is good for us. We're usually in 2 or 3 range. We had 12 domestics, 15 disorderlies, 1 burglary, 10 animal complaints, and 40 alarms. Most of it is weather and the wind, shutting the doors and setting them off. Any questions?
If y'all have not had the opportunity to do the simulator, it's really cool. So get with Chief and he will make sure
Did you
that.
say that was through this month?
Through
Or?
the 20th. We have to get it back to 20th. We get it for about a month every year. And we run all of our officers through, and we open it up to the public that wants to come.
Oh, and one more question about you. I know you need help. Who doesn't? And nobody in the right mind would be a policeman. I mean, really. I so appreciate our policeman. He's married to one, so I know how that life is, even for your wife, family. But compensation-wise, are we comparable with other cities? I mean, I know a lot of some of them are going to other towns.
We're low. The comparison of salaries across the state is a big difference because we can't compete with the northern cities. They make a whole lot of money. We don't have the tax base they have.
Are they going to the bigger cities though, or are they going to the
last
neighboring
one we lost
cities?
was Michael, went to Winchester.
Okay.
They gave him $3 an hour more.
They gave him $3 and $3.
We've not replaced him yet. Donaldson left strictly because he's hurt and he's back on the cane. He can't do the job. He's afraid he gets older. We're going to lose a sergeant and a lieutenant this year to retirements. So we're trying to get us a pool of candidates. We've been interviewing. We've got applications, but they're not really what we're looking for, most of them. We've got one possibility that's going through the process right now.
It's like everything's about money, isn't it?
Yes, well, when you've got people come in that they'll admit stuff that they shouldn't do as a police officer, we don't consider that. They're not hired. We're proud of our department. We're proud of the
I am
officers we got. We want to keep the same quality of officers that we have. If that means we work short, we just have to work short. I'm not going to hire someone just to fill a spot. I've got to have someone that I think is going to be able to do the job and do it right.
I'm on your side on that.
I really need a female officer. I've only got one, and I need some black officers. I can take it Spanish if I find one.
What do we need to do?
I don't have any applications right now from blacks or female. Well, I got one female.
Recruit applicants?
We're trying to. We posted. We're on Indeed. The process is kind of long. Get them hired. Got to do background. We got
Well, it should be.
lie detector test, physical test. There's requirements that they have to have no facial tattoos, various things. And most of the applications we get was worked at Hardee's for 10 years. That's all they've ever done in their life. There's not, and interviews leave something to be desired.
So our pool of applicants has changed over the last 20 years. We used to get 50 applications for a position. Now we're lucky to get a application for a position that comes
If you
up.
look at the time it takes to go through the academy, we can hire laterals. The last 2 I've hired were laterals. And they were from other departments that were looking for a change, wanted to move here. We were a little bigger. We paid a little more money, so they came to us. But there's other people up there with more money than us. Like I said, Michael left us for $3 an hour.
Are
So-
they paid during their training? Is that, what's their?
Yes, they get paid. We have to all make a job offer before we can even get them signed up for the academy. And it's taken about 6 months or longer to get them in the academy class. And we've opened a new academy in western Kentucky, so hopefully that's going to alleviate some of our backlog. But right now, it's a long, drawn-out process. You've got to go to the physical, there's a physical test you take. And you have to go get written, Richmond schedules you for a lie detector test. We got to do a background. And it's just
Yeah, just
Yeah.
what,
drug test, do a drug test. So they schedule, you do one test, they'll put you in line for the next one. But that's 2 or 3 weeks between them, so it's nothing that, it's not easy unless I've got a certified officer now. If an officer walks in here that worked for Moorhead or somewhere, if he's acceptable, then we'll hire him. Now, the last 2 or 3 I've had a lot of baggage behind them, and I just didn't want them. You know, if you're in trouble somewhere else,
Yeah.
I don't want to take someone else's trouble.
You're right.
We'd rather train them our way and have them do the right job.
So to answer your question, we do plan within this next budget to have another significant pay increase. And we have been very good, you all have as a council, approving budgets that are offering pay raises to our employees every year. It's not just our police, our public works, our city hall staff, because if one department gets it, they're all gonna get it. They're all equally valuable. It is a concern. It's one, probably my biggest concern for the next 10 years out is employees.
We need
Where are
to
we gonna find these folks?
be
So,
creative on the recruiting, whatever that
Yeah.
may be. Maybe we need to brainstorm a little bit,
well,
figure out what we might try.
it's, and we have, you know, we've offered the organizational award every year. That's helped. We certainly don't want to lose anyone, but bigger jurisdictions have more money, and that's hard to compete with. So they are looking at everything they can, work schedules. We do offer a lot, but we are going to look at another pay increase with this budget.
The main thing keeping us right now is, I would say 90% of my officers are extremely happy. They want to leave here, they think we treat them right, we got a good council, we got a good.
They love their hometown and they want
They
to
want to
serve
stay.
here.
Even the ones that aren't here, I looked the other day, and I think a third of our officers from Menifee County. But they want to stay here, they like this department, they like how things are running, and they're not leaving. He said, we've only lost one that I know of, well, we lost 2, we lost Jacob Patton too. He went to Scott County. That's the only 2 we've lost, one.
So we can retain, we need to recruit.
We need to retain, we need to recruit both, because they are trying on a daily basis. And when you recruit someone like Michael, they expect him to try to recruit more officers from here. But and one of the things they offered Mike also was they put him on the federal task force. He's still working there with us, on the task force, Winchester Fayette. You know, they hired him in as a detective. We're not gonna do that. We're not gonna hire someone to come in over at patrolman and our officers have spent their time here working.
Then you have a problem, another problem, yeah.
Yeah.
You wouldn't be happy anymore.
They hired him in over the whole police force with patrolmen out there. He said, we don't have anybody qualified. And that's your fault. You should have had them qualified. You should have taught them what to do. And they have to resent him. The one they hired before him was from the sheriff's department. He didn't last a year. Because there's a lot of resentment from the officers over there. But we don't want to get into that. We're going to promote from within, and we're going to do the best we can to leave this place when we leave better than when we got here. And we made an agreement with the sheriff. We don't hire from the sheriff's department. They don't hire from us. That's one thing that's helped us too. It's, you know, if not, they'd be running back and forth.
Yeah.
thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you all.
Thanks, Chief. Director of Public Works, Nathan Boston.
Good evening. We installed 3 gates down at the farmer's market area. I don't know if y'all seen one on Dean Trail, one at the dog park, and one at South Mansville.
Thank you.
Got on call, they're gonna come and look at putting one there at the farmer's market, do away with those 2 barricades. So waiting on them to come back to that. We got all the fountains up and running, they're on. The bathrooms are open, ready to go. Got the shades hung on the bar. tore the stage out, rebuilt it, and we water sealed all that, got that done. Pressure washed the farmer's market, and installed new bird spikes down there, get that ready to go. Should have probably said this a while ago, got in the creek yesterday, and hauled 2 truckloads out from underneath the bridge. Got to get back in it. We walked it today to see if there was anything in it. There's a couple of limbs, but nothing major. So we're going to get in there and pull those 2 limbs out before the next rain comes. Ran both sweepers to Camargo today. The mayor out there asked us to run them, so we got that done for them. Worked on 8 police vehicles, and we got our spring cleanup coming next month. Starts on May the 5th. It'll be running through May the 21st, Wednesday, May the 21st. It'll be out in the paper next week, the routes, and it's also going to be on our webpage. Y'all got anything for me? Thank you, Mayor, for taking up for us.
Y'all do a great job.
Appreciate it.
Y'all do a great job. I know how much you're in that creek. You do a wonderful job. Thank you. Not just there, it's everywhere. Y'all do a spectacular job in this community.
I agree.
Yeah.
Code enforcement, Stephen Tuttle.
Hey, big news that we had this week is the owner of 314 East Locust Street decided to deed that over to the city of Mount Sterling. So we got that one that we're going to look at and probably be coming down as soon as we get everything finalized. And that also is backing up to the creek. So that'll be one that'll be done. We had a major cleanup, I'd like to thank the street department for doing on, and the reason I mentioned it today is a lot of you called me about what was going on North Queen a couple weeks back, and we had somebody set out an eviction deal, but they had their stuff all over East Side Street.
Oh, it was crazy.
Yeah, special thanks to Nathan and his men, and we went down
I've
there.
never seen anything like that.
Yeah, it was crazy, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And special thanks to the police department, thank you for Jimmy and them coming down there and taking care of making sure everybody was safe. And because that could have gone either way, I don't know, but we got it done and got 25 letters out. And this is a time where all of a sudden we've had this couple of weeks of springtime kind of rain, so the grass is starting to grow for us. So we're starting to send out letters. We had 5 or 6 go out today, and so we're starting to get high grass. So just yards can't be over 12 inches in residential areas, so just want to put that out in the paper. Anything else?
Yours is hard, we appreciate
Well,
it.
thank you, I appreciate you saying that. Really do.
Thank you. Our building inspector's actually in training this week, so that's why he's not available. City clerk?
My update for you all tonight is on the business license, we are now down to 61 licenses that are still delinquent. We have renewed 17 licenses since the last meeting, and we have issued 9 new licenses since the last meeting, which is a total of 32 new business licenses since the first of the year. On our property taxes, we are 92% collected. We only have 169 outstanding bills at this time of year, which is low for us because normally we're running 198 to 224. And this is normally the time of year that we send out a public announcement to announce to the, we do not send out delinquent bills. We make a public announcement to the public through the paper and through our website. That they have until close of business on April the 30th to pay the tax bill before liens are filed on May the 1st. Actually, this year we have decided to extend it to June the 1st to see if we can get a few more tax bills collected so that we don't have so many liens to have to file, which like I said, we are low compared to previous years. So we are extending it until June the 1st, and actually the tax bills will need to be paid by close of business on Friday, May the 30th. And then on, I think it's a Monday, June the 2nd, we will file liens on what has not been paid. So this gives the residents a little bit more time to get them paid because, you know, we've had high electric bills and stuff this winter with the weather, and it just affords them a little bit more.
Once the
More
lien is
time.
filed, what happens next?
The